Kylene Terhune here, aka the Tiny Fit Diva, and I thought today I would share with you, and this is not a joke. I know the other day I was giving you my my top easy dinner tricks, healthy dinner tricks, and it was to walk through Whole Foods until you get inspired. But this is for real. This is for real. I thought I would share with you my top tips for organization and productivity during the day, because I actually really struggle with that myself, and some things that have really helped me stay organized and be productive. I'm starting to implement more and more as I want my business to grow, and I want to be able to focus, and I want to be able to get things done as an entrepreneur. Hi, Karina. How are you? Is that how you pronounce your name? I love how you spell that, by the way. That's really cool. So I am what you would call organizationally challenged. I, for most of my life, was kind of a fly by the seat of my pants kind of person, whether it be meals or the structure of my day. And, you know, if I was in school or whatever, I would get things done. And so it's not to say, you know, that I was lazy or anything like that. But in regards to being someone that was very structured, that was like never my thing. So, you know, but that has to change at some point because I'm a grown-up, right? And more than being a grown-up, I'm a business owner. And so I kind of started learning, like, if I want to get things done and I want to move forward in my business, then I need to get organized. So my husband actually is a very successful person. I admire him a lot, and so he has actually taught me a lot of things over the past couple years. Just like I'm like absorbing his goodness, his awesomeness. I like absorb it from just being around him. So he is a very disciplined, very structured person. So he kind of encourages me along this road, and that's very helpful too. But my number one tip for you is to have a plan for the next day. So whether that means you, and people call them different things like brain dumps or making a list or whatever, but you need to know like what your goals are for the next day, like what you want to accomplish. So I actually make a list. That's my next one. So number one is make a plan, whatever that plan is, whatever your goals are, you have to know what they are. And then number two is to make a list. And that might sound really silly and basic and like, you know, obviously like not complicated. But if I don't make a list, it like legitimately stresses me out. And if, hi Sandra, yay! And if I don't make a list, beyond stressing me out, like I don't get my work done the next day because it, like my brain, like I'm very ADD. Like if you might tell on this video, I'm a little ADD. So I'm kind of like, my brain will go one direction and I will focus on something, and then I'll think about something else I need to do and I'll focus on that, and then I'll think about something completely different and I'll focus on that. So have you ever seen that video where like the woman starts house cleaning and she's like, oh, I gotta do my laundry, and she's picking up her laundry. She's like, oh, my kid's room is really messy. I gotta do laundry later. I gotta clean my kid's room. And then she sees something in her kid's room and she goes to the kitchen. That's like what my life would be like without a list. So I actually make a list, and if I do it, it does a couple different things for me. That I will make it the night before, because then I can go to bed knowing that the next day I have my day planned out, and that allows me to relax in the evening. So I actually made a list for today. Making this video for you guys was actually on my list, but this is timed out. So like I even wrote down the times of like when I needed to take Keegan to school, when I needed to eat my breakfast and do my personal development, when I wanted to read the Bible, when I wanted to work my business, when I wanted to get my workout in. You need, by the way, I'm a fitness coach, so I'm going to tell you this. If you want to get your workout in and you have a busy life, you need to write it in your calendar. Like you need to have a time planned that you can work out. That is totally me, and then I never finish anything. Exactly, that's why I make a list. I even had it like literally on here from like 12 to 1. I literally wrote shower, dress, and lunch because I had to set aside a time. There have been days where I get so busy with things that I need to do that like I don't even shower. So it's okay to put shower on your list. All you moms out there who are watching this, it is okay to put a shower on the list. Yes, schedule all the things. Like they have to be scheduled. It's so important. But so the first one is have a plan, like know what your goals are for the next day, know what you want to accomplish, whether, I mean, this could just be like, if you're a mom, this could just be like what you want to get done with your kids the next day. If this is your business, this could be your business goals. I mean, it really depends on like, you know, who you are, what your list is going to look like. There is no right or wrong, but it's important to get it done, right? So you have to know what your goals are. And then the second one is to make a list. But my third tip within the list is to be flexible. So I'm going to tell you guys like a really embarrassing story. Super embarrassing. Like I've kind of been avoiding posting about this or sharing this with anybody because it like really makes me feel horrible. But I was pulling out of the driveway the other day and I was completely not paying attention and I totally ran into my husband's car. So I told him, I think what happened was he's literally like always gone before me. Like I never leave the house before him. He is always out before me. So it like my brain did not even register that I needed to avoid his car, you guys. So anyways, long story short, it dinged both of our cars at once. So in the spirit of being flexible, I had my list completely made today and it was booked, honestly, from like 7:15 to like 4 or 5 o'clock. And my husband texted me that the Toyota dealer I could go in for an estimate, and it was like first come, first served. And so at first I was like, well, maybe I'll go in tomorrow. But then I thought, well, today's actually the most flexible in regards to like, I don't have appointments that I have to meet like around other human beings. So I decided to take my work with me and go to the Toyota dealer and get that done. So even within your list, like whether that means you create cushion time for yourself, be flexible, because if you are a mom and you have toddlers, like something is going to happen. Your list is like it's not going to be perfect. Or if you're like me and you hit your husband's car and you have to go to the Toyota dealer, then you want to be able to shift your timeline around a little bit. But within that tip of being flexible, hi Melissa. Within that tip of being flexible, I think one of the biggest tips for me personally that helps is to schedule all your most important things on the first half of the day. Or, and I will tailor this to you, whenever you are personally the most productive. So if you are a mom with a baby, maybe that's during your kid's nap or something like that. But for me, my most productive hours tend to be between like 8 and 12 or 1 o'clock, something like that. I know, Sandra, it's really depressing. It's really horrible. I'm so embarrassed, but luckily my husband's really nice. So, but for me, it tends to be kind of like early, mid, and late morning. And so if you schedule all of your most important, like your non-negotiables, like you have to get these things done, schedule those in whatever time of the day that you are most productive, and then just check them off. And, people call... say, list making just makes you feel good, right? Because you're checking things off. It makes you feel productive. So there's a positivity just within that portion of being able to check those things off. But I also, like I said earlier, I think it's Chalene Johnson, if any of you are familiar with her, if you've ever done like Turbo Jam or PIO or anything like that, she's that trainer. She calls it a brain dump. So she will like do it in the morning or do it at night. I do mine at night. That's when you make your list. And like I said, it's very calming, and I actually kind of start getting stressed out if I don't make my list. That sounds very type A. I don't feel like I'm type A, but maybe I am. So anyways, that's my tip. So have a plan, make a list, be flexible. But my last tip, and I hope you like this one, is to have fun, to make it fun. So a couple of things that helped me specifically today, and I don't know if any of you will find this silly or helpful, but it helped me. My husband listens to this guy called Jocko, and you can Google Jocko Podcast. It's Jocko. He is I think he's an ex-SEAL, I believe. And he is a very like black and white, this is how the world works, intense, but he does this podcast, and my husband listens to it all the time. And sometimes he's just like teaching you something, about life and like how you need to face life and like get things done. His phrase is get after it. So now my husband started using the term get after it all the time. Get after it. So, or sometimes he'll be like reading a military book or something and like sharing these stories and then communicating like a lesson from it, like the life lesson that you can learn. But the point is, this guy is like super intense, right? and he is just like very black and white. So he has on iTunes an album called Psychological Warfare, and you can set your alarm to wake you up to his voice, you guys. So last night I was like, I'm doing this. So I woke up this morning. Hi, Pina. I woke up this morning and he's like, so I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get up and get out of bed. And then he counts down. He's like 10, 9, 8. And he goes through, he's like this really deep voice and everything. And he's like, super intense about it. And I'm like laughing already. So like some people might need like the kick in the butt that is actually intended for, but like this actually kind of makes me giggle. So I was like, this is awesome because this starts my day off like on the best note ever. But this is so funny because I think that he only has like 10, quote unquote songs in the album. So, alarms or whatever. So the first one is so you better get out of the bed in 10 seconds. But I don't, because there's only like there's a limited amount. Like I don't want to ruin it. So I actually turned it off so I can save it for another day where I'm kind of like bummed and like don't want to get out of bed. So because he's like, so I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Hi, Michelle. So he counts down from 10 and then he's like, if you've gotten up and you're ready to get after it and get after your day, you can turn this off. So I turned it off. So I actually, honestly, I can't tell you what the rest of it says. But that's one way to kind of make it fun. So start your day off in a positive way, whether it be with this crazy alarm. Or the other thing that I did this morning was I had, like I said, scheduled hi Rachel, I had scheduled my breakfast, my PD, my personal development, all those sorts of things, my work time. I had scheduled all these things out. And I had some time while I was making breakfast, so I was playing some music. So the two things that kind of pumped me up this morning was waking up to Jocko and then playing some music while I was getting ready. Yes, it is so cool. You guys, you have to download this because it's kind of amazing, okay? Psychological Warfare from Jocko, Jocko. You need to go to iTunes and download it. It is like $10, but I swear you are going to love this guy, okay? So do that. Just do it. So those are my couple tips for making it fun. Also, I have to like clarify this. I do not get paid from this company, you guys, so don't think I'm like, promoting it because I get some sort of bounce back or anything. I totally do not. But I actually look forward to my coffee now. And you guys, if you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that like for the past year, I have struggled with my coffee. I'm constantly posting about like, I couldn't find the right brand. I couldn't find the right flavor that goes with my creamer. I think I'm too grumpy in the morning for Jocko. Oh no, but it makes me laugh. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it'd be right for you, Wendy. I don't know. Like you can like preview it or something. Thanks, Michelle. So, hi Kristen. So, but my coffee actually kind of gets me excited to drink it because it's got the mushrooms in it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to foursigmatic.com, FOURSIGMATIC. I had to like think about that. I should be in a spelling bee because that was fast, you guys. That was fast. But foursigmatic.com, and you can like, they have videos about all their mushrooms and what they do and the benefits. But I promise, like I don't get paid for them, but I know I've been posting about it a lot, so I'm sorry. But the reason is because I've seriously had trouble finding this coffee that tastes good, and I love it, and I think that the lion's mane in the coffee actually helps me stay focused and like alert. And for someone who's kind of like, well, like I talked to you about earlier, kind of like ADD and things like that, having something that helps me focus and kind of pumps me up, like that's important. And it's healthy. It's not like, it's actually half the caffeine of a regular cup of coffee. It's not going to give me the jitters or anything like that. It doesn't make you crash. It's kind of awesome. You need to check it out. So whatever that is for you though, so there's, whether it's music, like I said, whether it's an alarm that puts you in a good mood, maybe it's not Jocko, Wendy, maybe it's something peaceful like waves on the ocean. Maybe that's what you need to wake up to. Maybe starting your day off peacefully needs to be 10 minutes of yoga or 10 minutes of prayer or 10 minutes of meditation or, whatever it is. Maybe you're someone that needs to start off kind of like slow and peacefully and like center yourself to kind of, go for the day. For me, I kind of wanted something uplifting, and as crazy as it sounds, Jocko kind of put me in a good mood. So I know that sounds weird, but it is what it is. So those are my tips, and I am like serious, you guys. I am the most organizationally challenged, productivity challenged person on the face of the earth. So if I can implement these and have a super productive day, which by the way I have had today, you can do it too. So have a plan, make a list, and it doesn't matter, like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a girl boss, if you're a mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if whatever you are, like if you have certain goals in your week that you want to get done, just make a list. There's no right or wrong way to make a list. And then be flexible. Sorry, there was a phone ringing. And then be flexible within that list. Make some cushion or allow your day to kind of go one way or the other. And within that, make sure that you schedule the things you absolutely have to do, in your most productive time of the day. And for me, that's in the morning. And then make things fun. Listen to music. I don't know. Get a Jocko podcast and just enjoy your coffee. So those are my tips. And I hope you guys have a happy Monday. Bye.